Hello, my sweet friends. Today we're making an easy breast cancer ribbon deco mesh wreath, and we're using the bubble method, which is super easy, and anyone can do this one. Let's get started.
All right, my sweet friends, let's make a breast cancer awareness wreath. First, I am using a wreath form I got at the Dollar Tree. Then using some Deco mesh. Now, this is the first time I'm using the new Deco mesh. As you can tell, it's much more rigid than the previous ones we had, which were a lot flimsier. Now this one, obviously the roll was used, but I mean, this one was a lot softer than this one. So we will see what happens. Then I will also be using this little measurement board. I do get this one at the Dollar Tree. And then some pipe cleaners. Now I don't have pink, so I will be using red. First things first, let's cut our pipe cleaners. I usually fold these in 3, which kind of breaks it down to 4 inches each. All right, so starting with 3 rolls. And of course, being supervised is also very nice. I'm going to roll one into the other. It's just easier to work with while you're making the actual loops. Here's my third one. And then the next thing I'm going to do, roll it a little bit, is I'm going to flip it, because see how it's rolling this way? We're going to flip it upside down because the loops are going to be going this way, so we want to follow that. And I have a little box on the side of my table, and all the rolls kind of fall into that box. It's easier that way. All right, I'm going to bring these 3 together. Kind of going to give it like an inch and a half for the tail. And I'm going to start by looping it this way. Use a piece of your pipe cleaner to tighten it into place. This wreath form is kind of on the odd side. So as I'm going to be making my loops, I'm going to be including this little tail right here, so we secure it in place, because it's not a round wreath where you could usually hide it. It's a little different. All right, so this time our loops are going to be actually 5 inches. That's it. Here we go. I got my 5 inches. Making a little loop. So I'm cupping it right here, attaching it straight to the wreath form. The reason you want to keep your loops short for this is because it's going to help cover this, and second of all, if the loops are too big, it's going to take away from the actual shape of the wreath, especially that it's just not a round wreath. So that is why I did that. All right, another 5. And I find it easier to grab my pipe cleaner, give it 2 twists on top, or 3, and then bring it down. Apparently I'm doing a good job. My supervisor just left. All right, moving on to this next little section. Here I'm going to do only 2 loops, because the reason I did 3 in this little section right here is because most of the first one is kind of sticking from the bottom. I'll show you what I mean. Do you see what I mean? My first one is basically kind of off the grid, and then the second ones are actually filling up the wreath form. Okay, I'm going to open it up again just to see the progress in here and make sure that I'm doing this and it's filling everything up nicely. You know, I had somebody contact me about the fraying of the mesh at the Dollar Tree, and I have to say, these edges right here, and the ones at least that I got, are holding up really well. I'm actually quite happily surprised with how much I'm liking this. Okay, I'm going to be playing around with it here and there, but I absolutely love how it's turning out so far. The goal here is to make sure these 3 last all the way over here, and I hope I can do that. I think I can. so that we only use 6 rolls of Deco mesh for this wreath form. My goal is always to be economical and to use no more than 6 Deco mesh rolls from the Dollar Tree in all of my wreaths, if not less. I'm going to continue making my loops. As I said, my loops are 5 inches, and I'm just going to be kind of filling in and going along and opening them up as I go along, just to make sure things are getting filled up.
I am proud to say that this video is part of an open collaboration that is hosted every year by my friend Crafty Leanie in honor of her sister Gloria. It's her birthday, and it is called Shine Pink. Her co-hosts are Antoinette Decorating and Mackenzie Lumbermill. I will link all the ladies' channels in the description box below, along with the playlist. When you're done watching this video, please click on the playlist so you can see all the other creators and what they have done for this amazing challenge.
All right, I have my second set of 3 ready to go right here. But the first set of 3, look how long it lasted. I mean, it went above. Here's the middle right here. So it went a few loops after the center. And basically, I'm going to end up having some left over. When it comes to the second set, I'm going to start right here at the tip again, come up right here again, and finish this off. I'm going to leave the tail because I'm probably gonna connect both of the sides together, but because I want this to be as nice as this end is right here, I'm going to start on this end. Okay, I made as many loops as I could over here to make sure it filled up. Now I'm going to just go in between the one that goes right here through the center, lay it flat, and then we're going to work these guys in right here. And then as it's flat, I'm going to tie it right here on the other side just to kind of put it in place. And then I'm going to start making loops on that side. And that is it, you guys. It's starting to look so beautiful. I wanted to show you guys something. So a standard bubble wreath method looks like this. We have just, you know, loops, 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 loops that are going. Because I'm combining 3 of this 6-inch Deco mesh instead of using a 24-inch mesh or 10-inch mesh, we get these absolutely beautiful, beautiful kind of curly cues. And the cool thing about it is it's very beautiful. It's very clean. Look at the tail. The tail is beautiful. Now this one I didn't open up. This one's open. I am going to finish up over here, and I'm just going to show you how I finish off with the tails, and then we're going to start to decorate. Okay, I'm just feeding this second tail through to the back. I fed both tails through this part right here. That way it's out of the way. And then I'm going to grab a long chenille stem. Going to go around and just really make sure that it's secure. I'm so excited how this wreath came out. Now it's time to decorate it. For decor, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to take this beautiful frame from the Dollar Tree. Going to remove all the inside stuff. And I'm going to dry brush it with some chalk paint. I rubbed a little bit with my paper towel on the edges so the gold peeks through, because I think the golden white is going to look really beautiful against the pink. As my frame is drying, I grabbed some cardstock, and then this is the little glass from the frame. And I'm just going to cut it out. Now I'm going to grab some Grosgrain ribbon by Offray. And yes, this is from the Dollar Tree. Very exciting. And no bows this time, you guys. We are going to make the breast cancer little ribbon. And I'm just going to give it a little dot of hot glue right there to bring it together. The nice thing about using the Grosgrain ribbon is because it's so thick, when you put hot glue on there, nobody can tell. And now I'm just hot gluing it to the piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to grab the back of the frame and apply a little bit of hot glue there. Put a little pipe cleaner here. More hot glue to seal it in. And this is how we're going to attach it to the wreath. Now it's time to bring everything together. I have my frame. Then I have my ribbon that's going to go right inside the frame. And then I'm going to put the glass right over it and then seal everything up. One thing I did not consider is this leg actually being in the way here. So what I'm going to do, so I'm actually just going to break off the part that shows through the holes right here. And now I'm just grabbing my pipe cleaners and now I'm attaching the frame to the center of my wreath form.